Okay, if we go on Zidane Iqbal's Instagram and we check his following, we will notice that recently he started to follow Donny van de Beek and Victor Lindelof. Now, he was not following these guys yesterday. So he's only recently started to follow these men. And I imagine it's because they are following him back. Now, if we go on Donny van de Beek's profile and check his following, he's recently started to follow Zidane Iqbal. I imagine it's the same case with Victor Lindelof. Now, if you go on his profile and check his following, he's not following Zidane Iqbal at the moment. But I imagine they've just recently had a conversation where they've decided that they are going to follow each other. So I imagine Victor will be following Zidane anytime soon. Now, aside from Wan-Bissaka, there's no other first team player that Zidane Iqbal is following right now. And he's following Bissaka because Bissaka is following him back. He used to follow a lot of the first team senior players, guys like Bruno Fernandez, Rashford, and a host of others, but he's completely unfollowed them. And the reason why he's done it is because none of them have had enough respect to follow him back. Even though these men are on tour together, practically spending 24/7 together, having lunch, breakfast, dinner together, hanging out together. They are obviously bonding, but none of those senior players have had enough respect to follow Zidane Iqbal because they see him as an academy player. So, Zidane Iqbal's like, you know what, if you're not going to follow me, I'm not going to follow you. Now, Zidane is following Jesse Lingard because Jesse Lingard has the respect to follow him back. Aside from Bissaka, he wasn't following anybody else that's in the senior team. Completely unfollowed everybody. And I can completely understand. Just imagine you're on tour together and none of those senior players want to follow you back based on the fact that they see you as an academy player. Now, that's very strange. It's not right. To me, I thought Instagram was about following people that you know and bond with. I didn't think it was about following people because they're big and they're famous and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Literally, Bruno Fernandez literally posted a picture of Zidane with Zidane in his stories, yet he doesn't have courtesy enough to respect and follow Zidane back. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, Zidane Iqbal is a really humble kid. I mean, I've been following him since the academy days, like watching his moves, and he's always responded to people that have responded to him. Even unknown people that have written comments in his page, he's always responded to them. But now obviously because he has a large following, ever since he's made his debut for Iraq and his senior Manchester United debut, his following has gone up tremendously, so you can't really respond to everybody now. But before, when he used to have like 5,000, 10,000, 20k, 50,000 followers, he would always respond back. And he's a very humble kid, and I respect him for that. And I respect him for unfollowing the senior players because he has a lot of self-pride and self-dignity, self-value more so than ever. Self-value. He has a lot of self-value for him to actually unfollow most of these guys. So, if you go, let me just show you something. Let's go on Bruno Fernandez. Try and find Bruno Fernandez. Now, if you go on Bruno Fernandez. Now, if you go Bruno Fernandez, right? Go on Bruno Fernandez page. Recently, he actually put, like I said, he put a story of Zidane in his page, but he doesn't care to follow him. Now, if you go on his following, we notice that he's following Tyro Malaysia. Now, he recently started to follow Tyro Malaysia, but he doesn't care to follow Zidane. He also recently started to follow Christian Eriksen when Eriksen has just signed for Manchester United. So let me get it straight. You can follow these guys because you see them as senior players, but you don't want to follow Zidane Iqbal because he's an academy player, and you don't respect him for that reason to follow him back, even though you guys have been spending so much time together, abroad. It just doesn't make sense, man. I mean, I got so much respect for Zidane Iqbal to unfollow these guys. Man, in my estimation, he's gone up so much for Zidane Iqbal.